What is up, guys? We are here at the House of Horsepower once again, and we're working on the shit horse. The last time you saw it, we had the fan not working when we were test driving it for the first time in that big thunderstorm, which was pretty fun and made for some good footage. But now it's time to actually make it run. And well, you want to do the intro? I'm not succeeding. It already runs. We're gonna tune it, but we need a fan to tune it because it has to be at operating temperature.
What can we take a fan on it? Rob's Tahoe?
We could, but first let's take that fan apart and maybe we can see what's loose or burnt about it, I guess.
Sure. I think it worked last year. I hope it worked.
Yeah, wow, yeah, maybe that was the reason it exploded. For loco overflow we have here. We noticed the plug where it goes is a little loose. That's a little suspect, but we're gonna have to pull
Let's pull this up.
the fan off, and then there's bolts for the motor to come off, and then we'll be able to see maybe it melted in there for some random reason. The shit horse has bad luck with fans. One of the first times that I tried to drive it to the track to race it, the fan wires melted, so that's kind of our problem. That was our error. Temperature climbed, and I pulled over, and then we had to like limp it to the track. I think it was also stuck in first gear, if I remember, so it was really great for keeping the R's low and keeping it cool. And I think we towed it with the Grand Am. What's this doing here? Junkyard toolbox. That's right, guys. Clayton's going to the junkyard tomorrow solo. So we took the fan apart. We actually opened this up and looked in there. There's nothing like, you know, that jumps out noticeable, but he's gonna look for another one at the junkyard tomorrow, I guess.
I'll show you why I gotta go to the junkyard. About a year and a half ago, Riley had an unfortunate accident with the Buick here. So, but if I noticed in the last junkyard video that Rob and Mike, there was a white Regal GS there, and the front end looked like it's okay. So we're gonna go tomorrow and pop that up if it's in good shape.
Yeah, and the funny thing is about that, guys, I was watching the video after I edited it, and I didn't even notice that that was a supercharged Buick in the junkyard. So we could have had another supercharger. We'll talk with Riley a bit when we get back, or when he gets back.
Loggy McGee.
Yeah, but it's a ripper now. Have you mentioned it in like a video what happened there? Been making any videos?
No, because it's tuning and I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Yeah, well, especially apparently in this case, because Rob and Clayton disagree about this too. It's too bad Rob isn't here. It'd be a funny argument to have. But the O2 sensor was in the X pipe, like the X of the X pipe. Rob thought that was a problem. Clayton didn't. It ended up being a problem, but because it was downstream of a leaking clamp on the end of the header.
Yeah, the muffler clamps, which if I'd have done it all over again, we're gonna redo it. But I'm using slip pipe over the collector and with shitty muffler clamps, and it squeezes down and it kind of crushes the tube one part, but it doesn't make a good seal. And I think those headers, the back pressure is like sucking air past the muffler clamp, and it was giving us goofy readings.
Yeah, which is always a problem with those O2 sensors, and the narrow band. I was gonna point to this isn't fuel injected. The narrow band O2 sensors as well, if you do a custom exhaust and there's exhaust leaks before them, it'll fuck with how the engine runs and everything like that.
So what we did is, because the narrow bands are disabled right now anyway for tuning, we just moved the wide band from the X pipe up to the driver's side header, and the results are way more consistent, and he's making good progress on his VE table and whatnot. What did he find out last night? The 4L60 not shifting from first to second problem. So he made some adjustment there. So now he says from a dead stop, it'll blow through the tires and through first gear, second gear, and then third gear it'll finally.
Yeah, he was telling me too when you were inside.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he made a drive-by rip past here a little while ago, and that was pretty good. So
I mean, it's got hard radials on it right now, so it's not like that's super impressive, but it's running way better.
telling them about how it rips now.
There's some overlap with, I'll hit the same idle cell when I'm slowly accelerating. That's throwing it off a bit, but I'll just find a happy medium.
Professional tuner.
Slowly.
Slowly trying to get rods to hang.
Oh.
The professional tuner, I think he was referring
Yeah.
to. He knows more than me at this point, guys. So
These young kids.
everyone DM Riley when you need help with your LS tune now. He can handle it.
Well, his mother and I were thinking about buying him a chassis now. Set up a shop right here.
He's made a lot of logging runs with this thing.
And a good chunk of them are garbage. Should be within 3%. So the majority of them are there. There's
Getting closer. It's kind of going back and forth in this area. Like around here, it seems to be swinging back and forth. So I'll just have to keep working on it.
Definitely be more content coming up with this car, guys. I know you like it. Everyone seemed to really like this build. It's definitely cool. Got done in pretty quick fashion as well.
medium pace.
Yes, medium pace. That was the slogan of the build, but constant medium pace, I think, was the key.
It's filthy. Look at the bugs.
And now it's ready to rip. I noticed Clayton just comparing the tires on both these Foxbodies here. And it got me to thinking, like, the full-on comparison. Which one would you choose, guys? Like, seriously, though. This one's obviously way nicer.
Depends
It's
what you're doing with the car.
not quite as fast as this one is capable of going
You wanna
at.
beat the shit out of it.
But really, all that one is missing is that, which is like $250.
For right now.
Yeah. And weren't you saying maybe that would become a nitrous car first? Just so you know you can dabble.
Amazing how I just dabble.
Maybe nitrous first, but and I'd also like a centrifugal blower. Would be cool. Never done one of those.
Yeah, I think that would really suit this car for some reason. You could probably have it coming through somewhere here. Right in front would be sweet.
Get two rads.
It would look
Right in the nose.
super aggressive. But yeah, guys. And the value. Which one do you think is worth more, guys?
According to my insurance agent, this one's worth about 10 times more.
Yeah. Because it's a rare 4i with an LS, and that makes them appreciate
LS
quite a
cheapens
bit.
it,
but yeah, I don't know. The shit horse is definitely a good looking car. Sometimes forget that, like, just seeing it in person, it has like a really cool patina. It's not really too rusty anywhere. Well, there was one spot, but we actually fixed it like years ago. Right here, you can see it's all rusty because it's just a welded in piece of crap metal, like off Clayton's floor. Look at these big, I did these, I remember. These big boogers on here. No gas, Clayton's welder probably. Got a little bit of silicone here, holding that shut. Closer look at the horse. And look at these wheels and tires. Extra fancy now. The tires we got from Nova Dave.
Yeah.
Yeah. They got lots of tread.
They're good tires.
And the wheels are wheels.
Wheels go
You know, we had an event in 2016. I kind of planned on tuning this thing tonight, guys.
Tangents, Mike.
Yeah, so, you know, I'm just trying to give you something because I want to get a video out. I'm going to edit this tonight when I get home. But I mean, lots of people are new to the channel. Maybe you haven't seen a ton of this car because it has been all winter. But yeah, it's a cool car that we really enjoy.
The best part is you can just jump in it and, I mean, you don't need to. You can drive down a gravel road.
Yeah.
Run over a deer, like, who cares?
It's the turbo car version of the S15, basically. And it's, you know, in general, it's been pretty reliable. Yeah, it's been a lot of places. Like, we've all driven it a ton and different to the track and back a bunch of times.
It's getting more reliable as the time goes by.
Kinda, but it wasn't like the original blue 6-liter and the original, like the original setup basically wasn't that the one that lasted the longest.
Yeah.
At this point, once we got that dirty
Fuel
5.3,
issues and
that 5.3 that got us a bunch of views in our most popular video, but
that was a curse.
was cursed. it's karst because the deck was cracked and Rob saw it and didn't tell us. And he you know, he wanted to see what would happen, I guess.
I didn't see nothing.
Yeah, or he was just kidding. I don't know. But that 5.3 was junk. It's in there now. It's paperweight, but it's all about this turquoise monster now this year, guys.
I mean, it's cool enough if we
We
do
definitely
some
drive it a little
mobile
bit.
Scans. It's not going to overheat.
Yeah. We'll let Riley finish up what he's doing there,
You
and
have to wire in that plug-in. for
yeah.
your fuel.
Yeah, we got to do a couple things, but before the end of the video, we'll take this thing for a rip. So keep watching. Another thing we discovered with Riley's car was that with these air fuel gauges and data logging with the laptop, you want to use the sensor ground from the gauge, so the reading on the gauge is exactly the same as what it's sending to the laptop with the analog output, which goes to the HP tuners thing. This air fuel gauge, though, unlike Riley's and the one that Rob has in his truck and car, I believe too, this side of the plug with all the wires, that goes right to the O2 sensor. This is the only other wires we have here. So we got this black, which is the ground for the gauge, the red, which is the power for the gauge, the blue, which is a serial output, which we don't use, like that kind of connection, and then the white, which is the analog output, which we use for the HP tuners. But there's no brown wire.
No brown wire.
No brown wire. And yeah, you need that for the serial ground. That's what the serial ground is. So Riley's car has that, but this does not. So I guess we got to use some kind of correction factor in the
my guts.
in the scanner. But yeah, that was a fun waste of time. This thing is a wiring nightmare. I'm not even gonna turn on a light, guys. You can just imagine. Maybe you can see a little bit.
It is or it was?
It is a wiring nightmare, yes. It's all very done very hastily and stuff.
Under the hood is decent.
I'd love to, yeah, that turned out okay when all the injectors are plugged in. But I'd definitely like to take this dash out, like you did with your car, just to be able to get in there easy. And now that everything's kind of settled in how we want it, I could actually organize, you know what I mean? Because
Routing, right?
yeah, before it was just run this there, run that there, and everything's all tied together, and there's poop on the dash. And all right, I guess we're gonna do some logs like that.
It's ridiculous.
Poo. That means go time. And Clayton was remarking that's ridiculous because let's see if it does it again. Watch.
What does that have to do?
We'll turn the key. Does nothing. Touch the steering wheel. Power to the car. This is a magical beast, guys.
Okay, ready?
Yeah, we're gonna do a little tuning. No fan. And 151 right now, so you better get driving. I just made like a quick adjustment to the VE table because this thing runs on speed density. Any number of things could go wrong right now. Looks like it's definitely a little lean over there. Look at that oil pressure though. When you were just like a little bit on the throttle move there, it went lean. The low KPA area. Like it'll probably do it again here, yeah. Keep moving, because it's probably moving, it's helping, but...
Oh, I know. That hot all
199.
Really? Why is it so hot?
Well, that's 198. So yeah, this might be like a turn around and get back kind of thing. What?
Knock the cigarette butt off.
Jesus Christ.
Now it's on the floor burning.
We're setting the car on fire, under the hood, in the car. With the tune, I'm just fucking on fire. Touch the V table once and it idled great. 198, yeah, it's reading. 199, it's climbing. Better
Get the fuck out of here.
This is a situation that's all too familiar in the shit horse, guys.
I didn't think the fan would make it. It's not even a warm night.
No, it's actually kind of, you know, nice hoodie weather and shorts. Yeah, still really fat. I'll have to take a lot out of the power enrichment and the boost enrichment. It went to like 10.0 there.
Pretty bad.
Yeah, it's consistent though. Like the transition, and right now shouldn't be that at 11 right now. I'll have to work on that area. This tune's gonna need a lot of work, guys. So yeah. Grip slow.
Yeah, you can feel that other cylinder.
Yeah, 8 cylinders is really quite the
That's a better way to go.
the bonus. It actually didn't get too hot in the end there. It probably just opened the thermostat and started cooling off, like Clayton was saying. So we're gonna go out again. I'm just gonna take some of this data we got here from the old scanner and put it into the old editor here. You have to look at the boost enrichment and the power enrichment as well in the fuel section, power enrichment table there, and then the boost enrichment table, which is separate there. And you guys probably can't see much on this computer, so I'm gonna make some changes, and then we're gonna go for one more hit, see if we're a little closer and boost, not going super rich like that.
Start it?
Sure. All right, so we're about to go for rip, and I made one change here. I added the manifold absolute pressure for a 2-bar because I noticed in the last log it reached 105 and just stabilized, and that's not correct. So first of all, let's see if it runs. My VE table changes. I also increased the idle a little bit. It's at 920 now instead of 870.
Throw me the idle.
Huh?
Throw me the idle. It's from Indiana Jones.
Still a little lean there.
Throw me the idle.
It's not reading the manifold absolute pressure, right?
Really?
Yeah. So I have no idea how much boost it's making.
What the fuck?
Well, unless we look at the gauge, but the gauge is kind of hard to...
You want me to call Riley?
The gauge only read about 4 pounds there, I think, but that was only like a second of 7. Yeah, I think it'll keep going up, but it goes super rich, so we probably shouldn't persist with that.
Lift the ring ladder too?
Yeah, no, not again.
Turbo sounds funny, eh?
Yeah.
Wonder if it's starting to seize up.
Oh, I think it just sounds new.
Very turbo.
Yeah. 217. Which is probably still reacting from slowing down for the stop sign. 216. Yeah.
Are they laggy? Because that's kind of what Riley was showing.
Jesus Christ, this car is not a stock car. It's gonna fly off. Yeah, it needs a lot less.
I don't know, that's a very noisy turbo all of a sudden.
I wouldn't say all of a sudden. Maybe we have a boost leak, who knows? It could have blown the fucking thing off.
No, it's still making boost.
All right, and that's how it's gonna sit for tonight because it's kind of sitting around 280 degrees right now, and we're not gonna push it. As Clayton said, this is a brand new high performance build, right? That's what you said.
Well, I don't sense it overheating it.
I mean, he did build it, so of course it's a high performance build.
You felt the bottom end.
We all helped out, and that's why bolts get missed. So that's gonna be it for tonight. Hope you enjoyed dicking around with the Mustangs here at the old House of Horsepower. A little bit of tuning. Obviously, get stoked for Riley. Now that that O2 sensor position is right and he's getting good data, this thing's gonna be better than GM could have done from the factory in no time.
All right.
It's Clayton's Friday right now, so he's getting turned up. Turns up? How do
Every
you
day's Friday.
how do you say that?
Turned up.
And there's a blue car over there. It looks cooler blue on the camera, actually.
All right.
We'll see you later, guys.
Check you later.
Oh, you're stealing Rob's line.